Hello, my lovelies. It's good to see you all today. I hope you're ready for another week of learning and growing and developing together. Here, I am in my backyard today. As we speak, the winds are starting to shift and we're starting to get more smoke and ash, which is a good reminder of what's at stake with the upcoming election, that we should vote for politicians and policies that help us combat global climate change and help with the forest fires. Now, I know these fires are pretty intense. They're spooky and exciting, and they might bring up a lot of feelings of fear, anger, sadness, confusion, maybe even a little bit of excitement. And as Unitarian Universalists, we know that our principles and purposes call us to work for more justice and to recognize that we are a part of the web of life, that these forest fires are not separate from us but are interconnected with us. Some of it is natural and part of our terrain, and some of it is due to policies and practices that are not sustainable. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of something you can do to help support and fight, support the fight for global climate change. Now, there's a lot we can do in our personal policies as well as government policies, but I'm going to encourage you to go for a walk around your neighborhood, go to parks, schools, things like that, and look for oak trees. Now, oak trees, especially those that are native to California, like the valley oak, the live oak, and the California black oak, have evolved to sustain forest fires and wildfires. A healthy oak tree can live up to 300 or 400 years. And there are oak groves in and around our area that predate Spanish colonization and were used by native people uh, for wood and for kindling and for acorns, which they used to eat. Um, so I think that's really neat that we can support acorns and oak growth in our area. Oaks are also very good at isolating carbon out of the atmosphere, and since they grow so strong and so long, it's a good way to fight carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. So I'm going to post some links down in the show notes about California oak trees and to look for acorns. This is acorn season right now, and I went around with my son Elliot, and we went to UC Davis campus and found native oak trees and pulled down some acorns. Not a lot. It's important to save the acorns because squirrels and corvids like blue jays and woodpeckers and crows also eat oak acorns. I saw a blue jay eating an acorn the other day, and it was pretty cool. It looked like it was had a little bit too much to eat there, but yeah. So save the acorns. Only grab about 5 or 10 per tree, and you're not going to need that many. You're going to want a fresh acorn, so one that just fell off the tree is perfect, as green and as shiny as possible. So this is a good fresh acorn, as you can see. You want to avoid any cracks, so one like this that has a lot of cracks and is sort of dull brown, or one that's gone all the way brown. That those are no good. Those are too old and they're not going to germinate correctly. You also want to make sure that the cap comes off really easily. See, I just popped that off. That means it's ripe. I'm going to do another one. Boop. Just like that. If the cap stays on, it's not ripe yet and you got to find another one. So, what I'm going to do is I'm in the backyard with my garden, and I've got a bit of soil here. Let me turn this around for you. Let's see if I can do that. Anyway, I've got some soil in a pot, and I've added a little bit of water and a little bit of tree fertilizer. and I'm gonna just plant the acorns in the soil and give it a water and tend to it. And I'm gonna put some more information about planting acorns and caring for them. And in the spring, we should get some acorn and oak seedlings, and we'll tend to those and encourage them to grow. And then after a while, when they get big and strong, we can plant them maybe in your yard or in a park, uh, anywhere where the oak is going to grow and help take care of global climate change. So this is a really fun project you can do as a family. Get out into your neighborhood and learn about native tree species and how they're important. One quick thing is that here in Davis, we've got a lot of cork oak. And cork oak isn't native to California, it's native to Europe. It's an invasive species, and you don't want to plant that. That's not helpful. So I hope you get out and and find some acorns and go for a walk and appreciate nature and maybe plant some. And before I go, I just want to mention one quick thing. Unitarian Universalism has lost some pretty important people lately, but one person I want to mention is Alandria Williams. Alandria and I grew up together. We weren't terribly close, but we went to UU events together. And Alandria went on to become the most recent co-moderator of the UUA. And Alandria was a really amazing person, a really special person who saw people for who they are and worked for collective liberation and was a community organizer and a theologian and a poet, and so fierce and so strong. And we lost them last week due to a medical procedure complication. And I know a lot of people are really sad about losing them and are really struggling with how to go on. And I know that if Alandria were here right now, they'd tell us to cry and to yell and be angry and do all the things we needed to do so that we could get back up and keep fighting and taking care of each other and working for collective liberation. And so that's one of the reasons why I thought it was important to plant these acorns, is because a real sign of faith is to plant trees that we may never sit under and whose fruit we'll never appreciate. So these acorns are for Alandria and for all of us as we work for a better place. So post down in the comments if you've found some acorns and what you're doing to make the world a safer, cooler, more balanced place. And I hope you're well, and be good and take good care of each other. Remember that we love you.